Welcome to East Africa's People's TV. It's International Workers' Memorial Day today, and we're here in Burton with RMT General Secretary Mick. Mick, welcome. Mick, what is the McNulty report, and why should commuters in Burton be so worried about its findings?
Well, the McNulty report was commissioned by the previous government to see how they could save money on the railways, and identified ways of cutting saving £1 billion by cutting jobs, getting rid of guards on trains, for example, de-staffing stations, getting rid of platform staff, whilst not at the same time cutting the money that shareholders get. So it's all about the government and the shareholders getting benefits, but at the cost of safety and jobs on the railways.
The Conservative MP for Burton has dismissed RMT protests at the station. They had part of the Action for Rail campaign as scaremongering about calls of driver-only trains, as spurious accusations of ticket office closures. We've since had an assurance from East Midlands Trains that Burton ticket office won't close, but they've given no assurance over reduction of hours, which, from my recollection is in the report for a Category D station like Burton. But to describe calls of driver-only trains as scaremongering, surely that's wrong when you think what's happening with Northern Rail, why RMT members on the Southern franchise are taking industrial action, and why there is a consultation going on in London Midland right now looking at the options.
Yeah, we often get accused of scaremongering, like we were accused about scaremongering before privatisation of the railways, and then we had Southall, we had Paddington, we had the Hatfield derailments, we've had Potter's Bar. Before that, we had the same accusations as a trade union that we were scaremongering, and unfortunately those warnings that we had about safety being put before, cost being put before safety come true, and we're still making those claims. If you take the issue of taking guards off the trains, at the moment you've got trains operating with two people looking after the safety of the train and safety of the passengers. You've got a guard and you've got a driver. That's a lot better than what they want to do to cut costs and maximise profits, is to go down to only one person looking after the safety of the passengers and looking after the train, and that's the driver. We think that's unsafe, and if it's scaremongering to say it's unsafe, then I'll be accused of scaremongering every day, every minute of the day, because it is unsafe as far as we're concerned.
Why does the RMT want to leave the European Union?
Well, we as a trade union have wanted to leave the EU since 1979. We're not anti-European, but we're anti-European Union because what we're seeing is it trying to impose a whole host of measures on us, privatisation, deregulation. They recently just passed, the European Parliament just passed an act that says that they could, in future, that we will not be able to renationalise the railways, that the privatisation of railways is here to stay. As far as we're concerned, and as far as the travelling public and the public of this country are concerned, 70% of the people in this country support renationalisation of railways. The European Union says you can't do that. Now, if that's the case, then who runs our country? Is it the European Union, or is it the people of this country? As far as we're concerned, it's the people of this country should run the union, and if they want to have our railway network renationalised, then they should have that option. And that's why, amongst that and other reasons, that we're opposed. We're saying vote leave on the 23rd of June.
Surely it makes a mockery of the whole position of having privatised railways when a vast majority of our rail network is owned by the state governments of Germany, France, Holland, and others in Europe.
Well, yeah, we have to, yeah, to some degree we do have a state-run railway. It's just run by the French, German and Dutch governments, and even the Chinese governments. 75% of our franchises are owned by overseas governments. As far as we're concerned, we want 100% owned by the British people, not by overseas governments.
Will RMT be re-affiliating to the Labour Party following Jeremy Corbyn's success?
Well, we support Jeremy Corbyn. We were supporting Jeremy Corbyn before it was fashionable, and we will continue to support Jeremy Corbyn. You know, it's nice to see a leader of the Labour Party that's anti-privatisation, anti-austerity, pro-worker and pro-workers' rights, and pro-ordinary working people. And wants to ensure that as a political party, it is going to take on the powerful and rich elites that are actually driving austerity. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we will be in a position where we want to re-affiliate to the Labour Party. That's not a decision for people like myself. That would be a decision for our members.
And what is the RMT? I take it with all the other unions committed to a fight in the trade union bill.
Yeah, I mean the trade union bill is a vicious, pernicious, destructive attempt to have a go at the one set of organisations in this country that are prepared to stand up for working people day in, day out, at the workplace and elsewhere, and that's the trade unions. The trade unions got over 6 million members. We're the biggest voluntary organisations in the country, and for some reason, well, it's quite clear why, the government want to attack us and destroy us, and they're not going to get their way. They don't want us around because they want to pursue more austerity, more deregulation, more privatisation, and we're getting in their way. You know, as far as we're concerned, we're going to fight them tooth and nail. We're going to oppose what they're doing in the trade union bill. I make a point that you know, 100 years ago, the suffragette movement broke laws to get suffrage, the vote for women. And they did it because they had no alternatives. They were told at the time, you must respect the law. And their response was, we'll make laws that we can respect. And I say the exact same for the Tory government.
Mick, Cash, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
There we go.